Let us now talk about the 3 simple things you can start doing today to bring mindfulness into your life. Let me ask you a question. You've probably had a meal or food of some kind today to feed your body, but what have you fed your brain today? The first simple thing that you can do to become a more mindful, self-aware, and less stressed person is to be careful of what you are allowing to enter into your mindscape. As you go through your day, with all that you do, everything you say, and all that you think, who is always watching? You are. You're always watching. All those events are being stored in the unconscious mind. And if you don't believe that, then think of someone suffering from Alzheimer's. They may not know what happened 20 minutes ago or who their own children are when they see them, but they remember some event or a friend from when they were 5 years old. It's all in there, somewhere. Therefore, it's a good practice to be attentive at all times in regards to the constant bombardment of information that we are confronted with each and every day, such as the 24-hour so-called news channels. I was at one time a bit of a news junkie. Often when I was home, I would have one of the 24-hour news channels going on in the background. While I would be eating breakfast, I would be checking on what is going on in the world, which it seems was always bad. At least that's what the news programs told me. So one day, I decided to turn off the news and not be checking whichever site or magazine, and in the old days, newspapers, had to say or report about the latest atrocities and crimes. What I soon discovered was that when I turned the programs off, my worldview improved. Now, could this just be me? Perhaps. But I had a friend who was a complete news junkie. Everything from the 24-hour news channels to the latest conspiracy theories. He was someone who, at times, was extremely negative and thought of people in the world as Chicken Little did, waiting for the sky to fall. I told him of my experience with no news and encouraged him to try it. He agreed, and when I saw him again, the conversation wasn't so negative. His worldview was much more positive. However, his addiction returned and so did his negative outlook. What we expose ourselves to matters. Even if you can't remember all the things you experience in the course of your day, your unconscious mind does. I know that some want to keep current on what is going on and be up to date with the latest business or technology news, and I can appreciate that. And I would say that you need to be selective with what you let in. Although I've come to embrace the idea that if you want to know what's going on in the news today, read a history book. The names may be different, and obviously the technology will be radically different, but I bet the behaviors will be the same as 5 years ago, 50 years ago, or 500 years ago. Focus on what you want, not on what you don't want. It's also important to be aware of what you feed your head when you start your day and when you end your day. As you wake up in the morning and before you go to sleep, ask yourself, is what I'm about to expose myself to good for my mind, my body, my higher self? Choose wisely.